Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It's your boy Phil. So today, I'm gonna be doing my first seafood mukbang, and we ordered a seafood bag in Bobo's Crab Shack in Dyckman Street, Washington Heights. So we are gonna be eating different types of seafood, Cajun style. So, what are we waiting for? Let's try it out. So, my mom visited me here in New York City, and we decided to buy a seafood boil or a seafood bag in Bobo's Crab Shack in Dyckman Street, Washington Heights. They are a well-known restaurant chain specializing in Creole and Cajun cuisine and crawfish and seafood boils that have always been one of my favorites. After making the delivery, I prepared stuff beforehand, including the white rice and the lemons, and the seasonings for salt and pepper as well. So my order has arrived, and it's kind of heavy because I chose several types of seafood in the first bag that I ordered, and now let's get into it. So as part of the delivery, they included this bib or this apron and a moist towelette package when your hands get dirty with all the Cajun and Creole spices, sauce, and all the seafood that you're gonna eat. You can build your own seafood bag as you want, but in this case, I chose the Combo D or BOBO Swag Combo Bag. So this Combo D includes 1/2 of a snow crab leg cluster, 1 pound of shrimp. I added some crayfish, some black mussels, and each set bag includes like 2 potatoes and corn as well. So I chose the Cajun sauce, and you can see all that rich butter and garlic and herbs mixed in that sauce. It smells really great, and this is a great complement to the seafood. So my first bite was this shrimp, and boy, it was delicious. So let's get started with this seafood mukbang or seafood buffet. I'll be going through some random seafood items, and I hope that you enjoy as well. And these are one of my favorites, basically a smaller version of the lobster, but full of flavor. But compared to a lobster, they are easier to peel and is a real definition of finger food. That's the tamale in the head. So first thing, you suck out the juices out of the head because that is where the flavor is concentrated, and you gently peel off the tail, and this is the tail meat that we are talking about. The tail meat is sweet, savory, soft, and is basically like a bite-sized lobster tail. And for a more contrasted flavor, you can add lemon as well. I tried out with my second crawfish. And that sauce is so rich, savory, and very, very flavorful. And shrimps are a mainstay of this seafood combo. There's basically like 1 or 2 pounds of shrimp in this bag alone. And some lemon to balance out the richness and savoriness and flavor of the shrimp. These snow crab legs are bigger than blue crabs and smaller than king crab legs, but they're still very sweet, soft, tender, and delicious. And lesson learned, next time I'm gonna buy myself a crab claw cracker. It just really takes time to get to the meat that's really inside. This claw meat is really sweet and tasty. And all that work to get to that delicious crab meat is all worth it. I'll take a break from the crab and now let's go to the lobster. And I forgot to mention that combo D has 1 lobster tail. A little bit small in size, but with the combo of the seafood that's in that bag, it justifies the price very well. And Maine lobster is sweet, tender, tasty, and thank God the way that they steam this lobster is not stringy or not chewy. The corn, soft, well steamed, and it absorbs some of the flavors of that Cajun sauce. And the shrimp that keeps on coming. And these mussels are soft, fresh, and very flavorful. They also absorb some of the Cajun spices and some of the Cajun flavors of that sauce. And here's another angle on how you peel your crawfish. And they are bite-sized lobster tails. You just can't get enough with one. All that flavor, head fat, and Cajun spice in that head. Since my main carbohydrate is white rice and brown rice, I found that the 2 potatoes in that bag was too much for me, so I just fried it the next day to make some French fries. But don't get me wrong, the potato is tasty. But the next time that you're gonna build your own bag here in Bobo's Crab Shack, you can have the option to not include the potato or the corn as well. The thing about crayfish is they would have a clean taste when they are purged, meaning they are soaked in water for about a couple of hours before they are cooked in order to get rid of the impurities deep inside them. Otherwise, if they don't do it, I find that the crayfish is not that delicious. That's really tender and tasty shrimp right there. By this time, I was starting to get full, but I still have some space in my stomach to save the crabs for last. It just takes a while to peel them and to extract the sweet meat in all those legs.
Everybody's famous every day. You know you have made it when it has on your face. I don't know what's real, don't know what's fake. Can anybody out there tell me what's really at stake?
And there's that tender, sweet crab meat right there. You can eat the crab in itself, but this time I chose to dip it in that rich and buttery Cajun sauce. And the slight bitterness and the sour taste of the red grapefruit juice balances out the rich buttery flavor of this Cajun sauce.
Endless visions of sick conditions, trapped somewhere between oblige and complacency. All about white noise of a million miles. Are we careful? Are we a poltergeist?
And the last 4 pieces of this first seafood boil. And now I was really starting to feel full. And I didn't even realize those splash marks on my t-shirt. And that's the end of the first part of that seafood mukbang. Ended with some red grapefruit juice. My mom visited me here in NYC, and I decided that we should eat another of those seafood bags in Bobo's Crab Shack, but particularly with the items that I haven't tried during the first seafood mukbang. Only thing that's different is I think I ordered king crab instead of the snow crab legs, and some green mussels, which were way bigger compared to the black mussels in my first seafood mukbang.
Like that. Yeah.
And because of the size of those king crab legs, I just decided to transfer them in a stainless pot. So like the snow crab, it just takes a while to get to that sweet king crab meat. But boy, these legs are really filled with meat. Sweet, tender, and tasty king crab meat. And like the snow crab, it just takes time to get to that meat. King crab is 3 to 4 times more expensive than snow crab, but I tell you, the meat in here is very delicious and really worth the price. Yeah, and leg joints as long as my face.
Here, done.
And that's all crab meat. So I suggest that if you're gonna do a seafood boil, take the green mussels or order the green mussels because they're way bigger compared to the black mussels. And I forgot that I ordered little neck clams for this too. They were as tasty as the mussels, but I prefer the size and the flavor of the mussels over the little neck clams. And this is my third king crab leg, but I'm still really appreciating the size and the meatiness and the tastiness of this king crab. By this time, I was still hungry, so I was still continuing to eat mussels, shrimps, and crayfish. And for this crayfish, one tail is really not enough.
Crab shack.
Even if these are just king crab joints of the legs, these are still full of meat.
I'm sorry for the
Everybody's famous in the news every day. You know you have made it when it has on your face. I don't know what's real.
Now that second seafood bag was definitely more satisfying compared to the first. Maybe because of the king crab legs, or maybe I just ordered a lot more types of seafood in that second bag. But definitely, I'll be ordering more in the future. Now this juice is one of my favorites. Soursop or guyabano in my country is a tropical fruit that provides a combination of sweet and sour taste that is perfect as a combination with salty foods like the seafood that I just ate. Really, really refreshing. Thank you for watching this video, and I really do hope that you enjoy it, and thank you for your continued support. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later in the next video, guys. Take care.